everyone, it's Tabatha Sabbatha. Today I am cosplaying as Misty, here to showcase my vintage collection of cards, games, toys, merch, and more. I have been collecting Pokemon since I was a kid. It was a huge part of my childhood that kind of trickled into my adulthood. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be playing Pokemon and collecting Pokemon well into my senior years. And I am very excited to show you guys my collection today. This is currently streaming live on Twitch, and I'm gonna be putting a condensed version on YouTube for those of you watching on YouTube. And I'm also going to be having timestamps if you guys want to skip to certain sections of the showcase. So we're gonna get started with cards, and a little introduction into how I got into Pokemon. I was 8 years old, and the cartoon would come on TV. The first time I saw Pokemon was the episode. Oh, Queen, hi! Thank you so much for that follow. Welcome, welcome. So a little bit about how I got into Pokemon was an episode came on TV, and I had no idea what this cartoon was. And the episode was the one where Ash and Pikachu meet that little tribe of other Pikachus, and Ash tries to say goodbye to Pikachu and leave him with the other Pikachus. That was the first episode I ever saw, first Pokemon thing I've ever seen in my life, and I really loved it. So I started watching Pokemon every day, and this was right before the explosion of Pokemon, before it got like vastly popular. So I'm watching this anime, and I absolutely loved it. And then all of a sudden, Pokemon blows up. There's Pokemon merch everywhere. The cards come out. Everybody loses their minds collecting Pokemon cards. And Pokemon cards are actually the first thing I'm going to be showing you guys in this showcase. But when I first got into Pokemon cards, my parents would randomly get the packs for me. But for a while, we had the ice cream man would come by and would sell Pokemon cards for 25 to 50 cents a piece. But one time I went to a card shop with my dad and found out that the ice cream men were selling fake Pokemon cards. And the way you could tell this is by holding it up to the light. And if you could see through it, then it's fake. So I basically had to get rid of about half of my card collection, because half my card collection was cards from the sketchy ice cream man. So yeah, that's my little story about Pokemon cards. So before I show you guys my Pokemon cards, let me make sure I'm all caught up with chat, you guys. Okay, guys, so the Pokemon card game was a huge thing when I was a kid. Huge thing. I have an old rule book, a fairly old rule book. This rule book is from 1998. Or no, it's from 2000, excuse me. So this is an old rule book from 2000. It's version 3. So, it basically, these old rule books explain the rules, but look at this old style. I don't know how well you guys can see this, but like how it explains everything with the old card art. So yeah, very cool. An old Pokemon rule book. So let's get into the cards. So I separated my cards by kind of by type. So first I'm going to show you guys the basic Pokemon cards. Then we're going to go into special cards like Jungle, Fossil, Rocket Edition, etc. And then we're going to go into the holographic cards. So I am very excited. So let's get into this. Okay, so let's get into these cards. So first we're starting with basic cards. So these are just like the common Pokemon cards. So I'm going to go through these with you guys. And just, I know some of these aren't like amazingly rare, but the art, I feel like it just transports me back to my childhood. Like just looking at this card art just brings me back to the days when I would open those old Pokemon packs and just collect the cards. There's something about the old card art that I just love so much. So let me show these to you guys. So for basic cards, I have Weedle, Coughing, Tangela, we have a Caterpie, Metapod, Bulbasaur, my favorite Kanto starter, Golbat first edition. Now, I remember when you would get a first edition on there or a second edition, you'd be like, wow, first edition or second edition. So it had that little first edition stamp on it. We have Nidoran, second edition. Nidorina. Male Nidoran. Nidorino. Squirtle. Wartortle. Poliwag. Staryu. Starmie. Seal. Dugong. Magikarp. Kabuto. So around 2000, early 2000s, they started doing these card arts where it was like a 3D figure, and I actually really love this style. I love when they started doing this. Rattata. Raticate. This is one of those cards that stood the test of time. It's a little worn out. Doduo. Lastfit says Seal has the most unoriginal name. Well, some of the newer Pokemon though are pretty lazy. So Seal is not that bad. I feel like Seal is like the beginning of how lazy they got with some of these names. But we have Pidgey. Farfetch'd. Okay, this was one of my favorite cards. It was one of my favorite Pokemon when I was a kid, and the card art for this card is just gorgeous. It's Dragonair. I just absolutely love the art for the Dragonair card. I remember when I was a kid, I just absolutely loved this card. This was one of my favorite cards that I owned. Okay, guys, let's continue these cards. We got Rhyhorn. We have an Ammonite in that same 3D style. Sandshrew. Onyx. Machop. Machoke. Diglett. Vulpix. Growlithe. Ponyta. Charmander. Charmeleon. This was one of my favorite cards. I loved my Charmeleon. Magnemite. Electabuzz. Okay, here's one of the best cards. Chonky Pikachu. Can we please bring back Thick Pikachu? Because this is one of the best Pokemon cards ever created, in my opinion. Chonky Pikachu. He is thick and loving life. Okay, we're almost done with basic Pokemon. Another one of my favorite Pokemon cards ever was Ghastly. The original Ghastly. This was one of my favorite cards as a kid. I always loved the ghost Pokemon. And of course, my boy Haunter, my favorite Pokemon. Another one of my favorite cards was also Kadabra. I always loved Kadabra. We have Jinx. And also, I put a couple energy cards aside because back in the day, energy cards sometimes will come in first edition or second edition. So I have 2 second edition energy cards. The little 2 up there. Second edition of energy cards here. And of course, I have a few trainer cards to show you guys. The classic trainer cards, such as Professor Oak, Mr. Fuji. This is basically going to be me as a senior. This will be me. This is my future as a senior citizen. Still loving and collecting Pokemon. Recycle. Or Jigglypuff. Energy Search. This was a really great card to have in your deck back then. Mysterious Fossil. A fossil trainer card. Lieutenant Surge, who we were just talking about. Brock's training method. We have Gust of Wind. The Fairy Doll. Switch, a very classic trainer card that was used a lot. Also, Pokemon Flute. And Sabrina's Gaze. Okay, so next I'm gonna go into the jungle cards. I only have a few of these next ones, so we're actually almost done with the Pokemon cards. But we're gonna get into holographic cards in a little bit as well. Let's continue with the Pokemon cards. So next I have the jungle set of Pokemon cards. I'm gonna show you guys the jungle Pokemon cards. So we have Eevee. This is one of my favorites. I love, love, love the card art with Eevee. If my camera will stop being a butt. Okay, there we go. I love the card art. Another one of my favorites is Jungle Chonkachu. Look at that chunky boy. See, Pikachu used to be a cute little chunky bean, and I feel like that was the best way. They made him too skinny now. And Jigglypuff, another favorite of mine. I love Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff is still one of my favorite Pokemon. And I loved her in the anime. Tauros. Spearow. Dodrio. Meowth. Persian. I always loved the card art for Persian. Oddish. I also loved the Oddish Gloom of Vileplume evolutions. And we also have Gloom. First edition Paris. Parasect. That Tauros looks like it's modeling for its Instagram photo. Oh my gosh, hold on. I have to see this again. Oh my gosh. You're right. Booty out and everything. Look at this. Look at this sexy Tauros. Look at that booty. Aw, Penguin. That's so mean. Tauros burgers. Sad. What kind of monster eats Pokemon? Speaking of Pokemon that are probably food, we have Execute. And Executor. Venonat. Venomoth. Alright, so next we have Bellsprout. And I always love the card art for Bellsprout as well. Weepinbell. Nidoran. One of my absolute favorite cards, Butterfree. I always loved the art on the Butterfree card. Another one of my favorite card arts was Cubone. Look at him. I love the art on this card so much. This is a card art that I'd probably like to get tattooed. And we're also continuing with Marowak. Next is Mankey. Goldeen. Vaporeon, who I absolutely loved. My favorite evolution. Jolteon. This was a really cool card as well. And we have Rapidash to wrap up the jungle cards. The next set was the fossil cards. I remember the fossil packs were really exciting. So we're gonna move into the fossil cards now with Slowpoke, Slowbro, Ghastly with his new fossil card art, Tentacool, Ammonite, a true fossil Pokemon, Shelder, Ekans, and Bunkin, since you're getting your mind blown, Ekans is snake spelled backwards. And also the next evolution, Arbok, is cobra backwards. We have a Grimer, Zubat. I love the art for the Zubat cards. And I also love the art for the Golbat card. Horsey, Geodude, and one of my favorite Pokemon, and one of my favorite card arts for Pokemon. I actually really love the Psyduck card. And Golduck, which was also a really cool card. Krabby. And also consider that Pikachu was a chonky little bean, and guess what, guys? So was Raichu. Look at that cute little chubby bean. And lastly, another one of my favorite card arts was Dragonite. I love the card art for Dragonite. He's such a cutie pie. I love the rainbow background. It's so pretty. All right, guys. So the next little set I'm going to show you are the gym leader cards. So they came out with a special set of, you know, Lieutenant Surge's Pokemon, Blaine's Pokemon, Sabrina's Pokemon, etc. I'm going to be showing you guys the ones that I have. So we're going to go with Lieutenant Surge's Magnemite, Lieutenant Surge's Voltorb, Lieutenant Surge's Rattata, Raticate, I have two versions of Lieutenant Surge's Spearow. Okay, so those are my Lieutenant Surge cards. Next, we have some of Brock's Pokemon. I have a classic Brock's Geodude, Brock's Sandslash, his Vulpix, and Brock's Lickitung. I was not aware that Brock had a Lickitung, but apparently he does. And going into Misty's Pokemon, I have Misty's Poliwag, Misty's Shelder, Goldeen, And of course, for Staryu and Starmie. And then we have some of Erica's Pokemon. We have her Bellsprout, Weepinbell, Oddish, Bloom, and apparently Erica also had a Dratini. The only Pokemon I have from Blaine, I would have loved to collect Blaine's Magmar, but I never collected it, but I do have Blaine's Charmander. And then going into my favorite gym leader, Sabrina, I have her Drowsy. And then I have her Ghastly, her Haunter. And this one got a little worn out, but this is Sabrina's Gengar. And then lastly, we have Giovanni. So I have Giovanni's Nidorino. And I know I said it wasn't going to show holos till the end, but I wanted to keep Giovanni's Pokemon together. So I also have Giovanni's Nidoking as a holo. And speaking of Giovanni, the next set we're going to move into is the Team Rocket set. I remember those packs as well, those black Team Rocket packs. And I do have a few of the Team Rocket Pokemon, and they came with dark versions of Pokemon, which I thought was so cool as a kid. So one of the trainer cards was Imposter Oak's Revenge, for those of you that remember that. There's Rocket Drowsy. Voltorb. Magnemite. I have a Dark Macho. Dark Primeape. One of my favorites of the dark ones, a Dark Vaporeon. Dark Golduck. Squirtle. Grimer. Oddish. Ponyta. Okay, of the dark Pokemon, this card was really cool. Dark Charmeleon. I love the art on this card. I love how they did this. As well as Dark Flareon. We have Meowth. He looks kind of funny. He looks a little derpy. He kind of reminds me of the earlier Simpsons characters. Dark Persian. Dratini. So this one I have the triple evolution. So I have Rocket Dratini. Dark Dragonair, which I love the art for. And Dark Dragonite. And the last one I have, he got a little worn out, but I got Dark Raticate, a classic Rocket Pokemon. So I'm going to go into my holographic cards. I have a small collection of holographic cards. A lot of these holographics bring lots of memories. It's not a phase, Ash. I think the corrupted Pokemon in Pokemon Go look a lot more like dark Pokemon. Yeah, they just, yeah. Again, on the dark Pokemon cards back in the day, they do just look like slightly agitated Pokemon. But all right, guys, let's go into the holographic cards. These bring back so many memories because you know, holographic cards weren't as common back in the day. So when you pulled a holographic card, you were stoked. So I am going to show you guys some of my holographic cards. I have a Wigglytuff. That's a very classic holo card. Snorlax, my sweet chunky boy, one of my favorites. Chansey. Clefairy. A slightly worn Poliwrath. My baby Vaporeon. I love this card. Articuno. This one has stayed the test of time. He's a little worn out, but I do have holo Articuno. Electrode. Okay, so this is the first holo I ever pulled. So this brings back a lot of nostalgic memories. It was holo Magneton. I have a Zapdos. I love the holo version of Zapdos. It's really cool. I got a Hitmonchan. A first edition holo Machamp. This is a classic card. Also, I have a first edition holo Dark Machamp. Aerodactyl pre-release. First edition fossil. I also have a Japanese Aerodactyl holo. No, the Japanese cards were a little bit different on the back. First edition Pinsir. Victory Bell. Scyther. Haunter. Dark Hypno, which Dark Hypno's card art is actually really cool. And I have a second edition holo Alakazam. And in addition to holos, I do have a couple of cool promo cards. So I have the Pokemon First Movie Little Chubby Bean Pikachu. I absolutely love the art on this card. The promo Mewtwo card. And of course, what Pokemon vintage card collection could possibly be complete without Ancient Mew? This was just the card to have. It even had the cool back of the card. But yeah, Ancient Mew was like the card back in the day. Also, guys, I have a couple cards that are jacked up. Now, I want to give you guys a disclaimer. These are not my cards. They actually belonged to my brother. And Jimmy, if you're watching, shame on you for letting this happen to these cards. So for those of you collectors who are faint of heart, you might want to look away because this is pretty bad. So you guys ready for this? See how bad, especially this Ninetales. Let me show you guys this one. My eyes! My eyes! Not cool. Not cool at all. Look at this poor card. This poor card. And also this Vaporeon. Unacceptable! Look at that. So again, Jimmy, if you're watching, you could hear me. Shame on you. Shame, shame, shame. Yes, the horror, the pain. Especially since Ninetales was such a great card, and the card art on it is so gorgeous, and it's just, this card is, wow. What, did you chew on your Pokemon cards, Jimmy? Like, what were you doing with these cards? Seriously. That was painful. So I'm sorry, guys. I apologize for showing you those, but it had to be done. And again, those are not my cards. I would never let them get that bad. Even as a kid playing with them, and I kept my cards in my pocket all the time, and that never happened. I don't know what he was doing. Yeah. And speaking of Pokemon cards, I actually have a great segue into the toys, because I'm gonna start with of the card collections. Obviously, one of the collectibles that everybody wanted to have was the gold cards from Burger King. So I still have the box with the Burger King gold card. They even came with a certificate of authenticity. 23 karat gold plated card. So certificate of authenticity for my Jigglypuff card. This Pokemon Special Edition 23 karat gold plated trading card has been produced to the highest standards for Nintendo of America. It is made from the highest quality alloy. To ensure lasting value, long life, and beauty, we suggest that it remain in the clear cover in which it was delivered. Fingerprints and exposure to weather will cause the superb finish to tarnish. So wow. But I do have the Pokeball with the card in it to show you guys. So with these Pokeballs, I really love the metallic red on top. I think it gives it like a really extra cool look to it. So I'm gonna bring this up, and the way it opens too is like nice and slow. So I'm gonna bring this up to show you guys. So are you guys ready for the reveal? Here we go. Wow! Let's take it out. And these cards are actually fairly heavy. So here's a close-up of the gold card. So I have Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff has always been one of my favorites. So it had that, and then it had a little thing on the back with a little fact about the Pokemon. See how well you guys can see that. Yeah, it's actually really, really cool, these cards. So yeah, I feel like every card collector should have at least one of these special Burger King gold cards. Another really cool thing that Burger King had, let me put this away here, were the 3D Pokemon cards that came in the kids meals. So this one has actually never been opened, so I don't know what card is in it. I'm gonna open it on stream with you guys to see what card is in here. It's a mystery pack. I can try to guess what it is by feeling it, but I'm not exactly sure what's in it. But this is yeah, this is from when the movie Pokemon 2000 came out. And let me tell you guys, Burger King knew how to do Pokemon in kids meals. I know McDonald's recently had their little card packs that came with a few Pokemon cards, but Burger King knew how to do it because Burger King had some really great toys in their kids' meals. So I'm going to open this up, guys, so we can see what card is in it. So yeah, this has been sitting for 20 years, never opened, and I'm going to open it with you guys. So let's see what Pokemon we got in this pack. I am excited. So first we're going to open the stand part. Ooh, it might give us a hint to what it is. It looks like it's going to be a water Pokemon with a little wavy stand. So let's see what Pokemon's actually in here. It feels like it has a beak. If it's Psyduck, I'm going to be very happy. Ooh, and close! It's Golduck! Check it out, guys. It's a Golduck. Let me give you guys a close-up. So these were 3D cards from Burger King. There was like a whole collection of them. And they came with these cool little stands to display them on. Let's see how close they are. Yeah, but basically they go in the little stand. And there's a bunch of different ones that you could get. has a little Pokemon 2000 thing on the back. So yeah, really, really cool, these 3D cards. So yeah, I got a mystery pack just to open on stream with you guys. And this has a guide that actually tells you what all the available cards are. Oh. Oh, and the Pokemon do, oh, they do like a water gun. So actually you could fill, that's what this little hole in the mouth is for. You dip it in water, it fills with water, and when you push it down, it squirts water out of its mouth. Oh, they really got creative. They really got creative. But this shows you, there was a ton of different ones you could get. So it shows you all the available cards that you could possibly get in them. So that is actually really cool. There were a ton of different Pokemon you can get. All with different bases. They all did different things. I know, I think the Charmander one actually lit up. So that's actually really cool. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys. So now we're going to get into the toy portion of the stream. So guys, we're going to continue on with some Burger King toys to start off with. So I don't know how many of you remember these, but they had these spinners. A little spin. And what you did was you wind them up on a surface. And when you rev them up, you set them down and they spin. They spin in place. And there were several different ones. This is the only one I have, but I did have ones. I had Tangela, I had Golem, Venonat, and I think I had Coughing as well. But yeah, these spinners were actually really cool and really fun to play with, and you can make them battle each other. And I think that was the point. So you and your friend rev up the spinners, and you put them on the ground close to each other, and they kind of like battle each other. So that was actually a really cool idea from Burger King. And also, again, all of these came with these little packets. So each packet had, it's a little worn out, but this is when the Mewtwo movie came out, the Mewtwo Strikes Back. So here, this one's a Mr. Mime. And then it has a little art from the movie in the back. And also, it also had the little packet that showed you all the different ones that you could get in the Rev Top. And just how to use it. Yeah, that was actually really cool. And they actually gave they had like little Pokemon checklists so you can check them off as you collect them, which I thought was really cool. All right, guys, so continuing on the Burger King toys. I don't know how many of you remember these, but they also had little kind of like Beanie Babies of Pokemon. So I have the Chunky Boy Snorlax. How cute is he? Look at this little chubby boy. Yeah, the little Pokemon beanbags. They were so cute. And there were quite a few to collect. So in this pack, I have a Dratini card. And another shot from the Pokemon movie. And of course, in here again, it does show you all the possible beanbags you can get. So there's Golbat, Butterfree, Gyarados, Meowth, Togepi, Poke Beanbags. So yeah, that was another really cool collectible. Beanie Babies, eat your heart out. How cute is he? Look at, he's so little. I just really love Snorlax, guys. We're gonna get really 90s right now because these are classic 90s toys, but Pokemon versions. So this is like as 90s as you could possibly get. So I hope you guys will reminisce with me on these because I'm like really excited about these. So one of the big things that everybody had was the Pokemon Super Balls, the super bouncy balls. So I have one with little chubby Pikachu in it. Try to get a good close-up of it. So there were different super balls that were like super high bounce. And they had a little Pokemon inside. And I don't know how many of you guys had these, but I used to love these. I used to love trying to make them bounce like as high as I could. I loved super balls. And, you know, how much cooler is it to have a little Pokemon inside of a super ball? These were so cool. Yes, 90s as hell. Oh, we're going to get more 90s in a minute. What is more 90s than Pogs? Pokemon Pogs. If you guys remember, I don't know if you guys remember Pogs, but Pokemon did have Pogs. with different Pokemon on them. And yeah, there are just several. I'm just going to show you a few Pokemon Pogs. For those of you who played Pogs back in the day. But yeah, just lots of different Pokemon Pogs. It'll take me a while to show you guys this stack, so I'm just showing you guys a few of these. But yeah, Pokemon Pogs, obviously very 90s. Also, guys, another throwback to the 90s and Pokemon. You guys remember fingerboards? Because those were a huge thing. So we got Pokemon Tech Deck. And mine is Butterfree. You guys remember trying to do tricks with the fingerboards? Yeah, these were really, really cool back in the day. Everybody had a tech deck. There were even little fingerboard skate parks you could put together. It was so, so cool. These even came with little tools so you can change out the wheels, change out the trucks. It was really cool. And just the fact that they made Pokemon ones was really, really cool. Does anyone remember the Pokemon marbles? Well, actually, Horoscope, yes, I do. Because I have the Pokemon marbles. So the Pokemon marbles, there were several little drawstring bags. So I have Meowth, but there were lots of different ones. I'm going to open this up since Horoscope mentioned it. I'm going to open up these marbles. And with these Pokemon marbles, they each had a little Pokemon on them. Let's see how good I can get my camera. Ooh, it's kind of hard to show them. There we go. Yeah, I do have Pokemon marbles. I have a few to show you guys. I'll try to keep my camera focused as best I can. It's a little bit hard to focus. And I know these metallic ones that you couldn't see through, these were considered like holographic marbles. So obviously I had to have Haunter. We got my best boy Bulbasaur. Thank you so much for that, host. I appreciate that, host. We got my baby Psyduck. Oh, Faceless, also thank you for that, host. If we could get like a good... There we go. I got 4 more marbles left. I have my Vaporeon here. So I do have some of my favorite Pokemon. Here's an Arcanine. We have Dugtrio and Meowth as well. Yeah, Pokemon marbles. Marbles were pretty popular in the 90s, and Pokemon marbles were definitely a thing. But yeah, Horoscope, definitely Pokemon marbles. Something very, very 90s that you ladies will remember was very popular was Polly Pocket. And they actually, not a lot of people know this, but Pokemon did have Polly Pocket. There was Pokemon Polly Pocket, guys. So yeah, Poke Pockets. I'm going to open up these Pokemon Polly Pockets and show them to you guys. For Pokemon. So first we have this one here. So let's open them up. So this one, I believe, is the supposed to be Safari Zone. So before I show you the little figures, see how they open up like this? Let me give you guys a good look at it. So this was Safari Zone. This little thing spins. And the little figures were actually really cool. They were just little tiny Pokemon figures. And see how you guys just kind of set them up in the playset. And yeah, you just kind of like play with them. And then this is the other Pokemon Polly Pocket that I have. You open this one up, and this one is the Pokemon Center. So I used to have a Pokemon Center sign, but I don't have it. But these are the other two figures I have. A tiny Pikachu and a tiny little Charmander. Little figures for the Polly Pockets. And something really cool about these is that they came with these little bridges. And I think there were like 5 or 6 different sets you could collect. But essentially what you do with the bridges, let me see if I can hold this up correctly. But the bridge kind of hooks onto the end here. So you can kind of attach it to other sets, like so. And so you basically attach all the sets into like this big Pokemon world if you collect all the sets. Let me give you guys a better look at the Pokemon Center. So it has this little teeter-totter outside you could put your little Pokemon in. So you set your little Pokemon in the little teeter-totter like they're playing. And also in the Pokemon Center, see it has a little spot you put your Pokeballs for your Pokemon to heal. So it has like a little playground and Pokemon Center. So yeah, these were really, really cool things to have. As a little girl, I loved Polly Pocket. So just to see Pokemon making a Polly Pocket, I mean, that's just absolutely amazing to me. So guys, the last toy that I have before I get on to games and books is, I think, the ultimate toy back then. I actually didn't own one as a kid. I always wanted one of these as a kid, and I didn't get one until my adult years, but I do have it. It was the Tiger Pokemon Pokédex. I feel like this was the toy to have when you were a kid into Pokemon. So basically it opens up like this on the inside. And what you do is you turn it on. And basically you put in a Pokemon number or name, and it will give you info on that Pokemon as if it was a Pokédex. So let's do... We'll go into a search. Somehow. There we go. So let's search up a Pokemon. These things were not as cool as they're really cool when you're a kid, but as an adult you're like, it's kind of basic. It's almost like a calculator, but for Pokemon. So I looked up Haunter. He's number 93, so it kind of displays like this when you look it up. And basically what you do, it pulls up, here's the photo, here it pulls up like a little graphic of the Pokemon. It gives you their height. Now it's weird because I'm 5'2.5" and Haunter's 5'3", so I'm basically the same height as my favorite Pokemon. So it gives you their height. Their weight, he weighs 0.2 pounds. Type says gas. It gives you their strength. The attacks, which are confusion. And then, okay, bio. So it goes to the bio, and you have to kind of scan through, see, to read it. Because of its ability. See, so it's kind of slow. Because of its ability to slip through, block walls, it is said to be from another dimension. So that's pretty much it when you search up a Pokemon. So yeah, you could basically look up any Pokemon. It gives you info on them. And I know it seems kind of blah nowadays, but as a kid, this was freaking amazing to have. You could look up any of the original 150 Pokemon and it will give you the info on them, give you a little graphic on them. I think it's really cool still. I think it's a really cool thing just to collect and have in my collection. So yeah, these were amazing when I was a kid. Yeah, we all wanted this Pokédex, dude. I never got it. Like I said, I bought it to add to my collection as an adult, but I'm still glad that I bought it because this thing was, I thought it was so cool when I was a kid. I thought this was just the coolest thing you could possibly have. All right, guys, so that's it for the toys. So now I'm going to move into the books portion of this. But before we do the book, a lot of you probably remember Pokemon sticker packs, like the vintage Pokemon sticker packs. These are from 1999 and they are unopened, but I'm going to open them on stream with you guys. So yeah, these were like mystery sticker packs from the 90s. And we are going to open these up and see what stickers we get. So let's see what this first pack has. So the style of stickers were like these squares here. We have a Venomoth, and it'll actually give you on the back a little bit of info about them where you peel the sticker off from. So it looks like we got a Dragonite, Inkler, Amistar, Muck, which looks a million times better than the one that I drew. Jigglypuff! Oh my gosh, Jigglypuff. And looks like stuck to it is a Nidoran. And these were so cool when you were a kid and you would like put these on your folder. Slowpoke. Magikarp. Oh, and we got a sparkly little trio here of some plant Pokemon featuring Caterpie. Yeah, I used to stick these all over my binders. Like I used to put these everywhere. And then we also have these packs, which come with 6 stickers each. We're gonna tear this open and see. So these stickers had a slightly different style and they were bigger. So we have a Persian. And oh, we have those. Oh, that's right. Do you guys remember these? We were trying to collect to make the whole photo out of the stickers. Oh my goodness. We got Drowsy, Magikarp, Ponyta. What the heck is up with this? I am confused. Got this weird Electrode, which I am like so confused about. He's just like, Electrode! Wow, that was a very interesting Electrode. Wasn't expecting that. So let's open up this. Oh my gosh, this background on this Caterpie looks so 90s to me. We got a Metapod, Zubat, Seaking, Golbat, and this sweet Arcanine. Yeah, that's those Pokemon stickers. I think my favorite is that weird Electrode, though. I'm gonna pull out some books. We're gonna pull out some Pokemon books to show you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm running out of space on my desk. So, one of the classic things here was the manga. I don't know how many of you like the mangas, but I actually really love the manga. The stories were really good. Red is a very talented trainer. Unlike Ash, I know Ash is kind of dumb and questionable in the anime. And don't get me wrong, I adore the anime. I will never get tired of watching old Pokemon episodes, but the mangas are so, so good, you guys. If you haven't read the mangas, I highly recommend reading the manga. And they went through like Red and Blue has about, I think, 7 manga. And then it goes into Gold and Silver and Ruby Sapphire. And the stories are just so good. And a lot of things are really different. But something I want to show you guys is that the mangas were a lot more brutal than the anime. Like, for example, this is the first manga, right? So imagine my shock when I see this Arbok getting cut in half. Like, it just shows like his body just laying there cut in half. So yeah, there was a lot more violence and crazy stuff, but the mangas are so, so good. But to be fair, that Arbok getting cut in half was a zombie Arbok. You have to read the manga to find out the story behind that. But the mangas are great, you guys. Like, if you guys love Pokemon and you love the anime and everything like that, I highly recommend the mangas. They're really good reads. The stories are great. Red is a really great trainer. I say you should really, really read them. They're so, so good, you guys. So that's the first book. I also have stuff like they came out with guides, like a guide to Pokemon Snap, which I still play on N64. I am really, really stoked for the new Pokemon Snap coming out, but I still enjoy the N64 Pokemon Snap. And this is one of those books that just gives you a bunch of like tips and tricks on where everything is and like, you know, things like that. And guys, check out these ads for the VHS in the back and for the comics over here, which I do have one of the comics that I can show you guys. Because they did used to have Pokemon comics. So these were actually pretty cool too. So let me get this one opened up. This is like a special Pikachu edition. Pikachu, Pikachu, and more Pikachu, it says. And the art on it's super cute. Yeah, see, so this was basically how the comics looked. They were kind of like manga style. And check out this Dragon Ball ad on the back. I actually do collect the Dragon Ball comics. Yeah. So we had the Pokemon comics, the Pokemon manga. We also had these little one-shot books. Like, for example, this is the episode that made me fall in love with Haunter and the Ghostly Trio, Night in Haunted Tower. So they had these little one-shot books, basically, of the episodes. But basically it was just like the episode in storybook form. Which I thought was actually pretty cool. And I loved reading books as a kid. So even though you see the episodes and stuff, I mean, I'm still down to read the book too. Okay, so guys, this is one of my favorite Pokemon episodes, and it makes me tear up every time. I have seen this episode a billion times, but I always tear up at the end. It's Bye Bye Butterfree. Such a great episode. And yeah, I tear up every single time. It's such a great episode, and just that pink Butterfree, I always thought it was so pretty. And here we have Ash saying bye to Butterfree. I think the part that always gets me in the episode is when Butterfree tears up. I think that always just makes me tear up. It's just such a great episode. But something about this book that kind of kills the sad ending is, why did they draw Ash's face so derpy? Let me give you guys a really good close-up of this. You guys ready for this? What is up with that face? Why does his face look like that, and who approved it? Who approved that face? It was such a touching episode. And in the book, look at that. That's the derpiest face. What is... I don't even... Ooh, but one throwback in this book. Do you guys remember when you could mail into stuff? So you mail in check or money order and they send you things like stickers and things like that. That's such a throwback. Back when things were done through mail and you had to wait like 2 or 3 months for it to arrive. Oh my goodness. Like it'll take 4 to 8 weeks to show up. That's a total throwback to me. And also guys, the how to draw books. We got a classic how to draw Pokemon book. And I always love the steps in these because it's like, it'll show you some basic stuff like, okay, first draw this circle, now do this, and then super detail. Like, it doesn't give you many steps in these drawing books. It's like how... As a kid, I was always like, how is that supposed to even work? Like, it'll show you some basic stuff, and then it just adds, like, super detail right after. But I love that it shows you the basic structure on how to draw Pokemon. I used to love how to draw books, so obviously, who could resist a how to draw Pokemon book? I used to draw all kinds of stuff when I was a kid, and obviously Pokemon was like a big thing for me. And speaking of the Pokédex, this was like the ultimate book as a kid. Back when the original Pokemon were out, it is the official Pokemon handbook. This was like the best Pokemon handbook, in my opinion. This was the best one, I think. So it had the different Pokemon with the different facts about them. So it tells you all the basic facts, their techniques, what they're strong against, what they're weak against, their evolution, what level they evolve at. It's actually really, really cool. All the info they give you on these Pokemon. Let me give you guys a good look at this. So I don't know if you guys remember this book, but this was like the ultimate book. And not to brag, guys, but this book also certifies that I have been officially recognized as a Pokemon trainer by the Pokemon League. But yeah, this book is was like, I feel like it was like the ultimate book to have back in the day with Pokemon. It was such a great guide with all of these. And there's like a Q&A, like, okay, so now that I know all about being a Pokemon trainer, how do I become a Pokemon master? And they give like the little answers. Becoming a Pokemon master takes time, patience, and a lot of training. Begin by collecting Pokemon and badges. Once you have earned at least 8 badges, you are eligible to enter the Pokemon League Regional Championships. And it just gives you all these like Q&As in the back, which I thought was super cool. And it gives you info on all the gym leaders and how to beat them. It gives you like little bios on each gym leader. So yeah, just a really great book to have as a kid, especially as a guide playing the Pokemon game, which games are actually what we're about to get into now. I have a pretty decent vintage Pokemon game collection I'm going to be showing you guys. We're going to go into... I do have some old Pokemon guides for some of the games. So we're moving into games now, guys. We're reaching the end, and when I'm done with games, I'm going to show off your guys' collection from the Discord. So let me go on to the games here. So obviously the first games I got Pokemon Blue, Pokemon Red, and Pokemon Yellow. So my first Pokemon game was Pokemon Blue. So that Christmas, my parents, I know they had a hard time putting together the money because I had 2 other siblings. And that Christmas, they got us each 1 Game Boy Color and 1 game of our choice. My sister chose Mario Brothers, my brother chose Pokemon Red, and I chose Pokemon Blue. Getting the game was just so amazing being able to actually play and be a Pokemon trainer in the game, picking your starter, catching the Pokemon. Blue and Red were just absolutely phenomenal games, especially for their time. And I do actually have the original trainer's guide that came with the game. And the first starter I ever started with was actually Squirtle, but overall Bulbasaur is actually my favorite starter. Yeah, and this little guide just I just love the guide. The guide just brings me back to that Christmas day when I opened up Pokemon Blue and there was the box, and just opening it up and just reading through the guide and the story and starting up the game. It just gives you a little guide to everything here. And it even gives you the Pokemon type charts, what's effective, what's not effective. So this little trainer guide that came with it was actually really handy for the game. And I absolutely love the original Pokemon games. They have a very special place in my heart. They were a huge part of my childhood. A huge part of my childhood. And yeah, this game I grew up playing the most. And I've actually played through all the Pokemon games I think that exist. Because I still play Pokemon games to this day, and I'm probably going to be playing Pokemon games forever. And I just feel like it's so amazing seeing how far Pokemon has come and how much it's evolved from just basic Red and Blue, and just seeing like the basic little pixelated Pokemon and the moves and everything, and evolving to things like Sword and Shield and what it is today. I just think it was just absolutely amazing. And also for the Game Boy, obviously the next games were Silver, Gold, and of course Crystal. Yeah, Gold and Silver again were absolutely phenomenal games. Just so good. And the Heart Gold and Soul Silver remakes are one of my absolute favorite Pokemon games to ever exist in the franchise. I still play them because I just absolutely love them. So there were a couple cool spin-off games for Game Boy. There was the trading card game that came available on Game Boy. And also, I actually really enjoy this game, Pokemon Pinball. It came with a little Rumble Pack. I don't know how many of you played Pokemon Pinball, but I actually really enjoy playing this game. Yeah, Pokemon Pinball is great. I love Pokemon Pinball. And then we're going into some of the Game Boy Advance games. When Game Boy got a little more fancy, especially with the Game Boy Advance and the Game Boy Advance SP. So I don't have Ruby or Sapphire. I never owned Ruby or Sapphire, but I did have Emerald, so I have Emerald. Although I do still want to collect Ruby and Sapphire. It's just with the Pokemon craze right now making its resurgence, they're just going for like exuberant prices that I'm not willing to pay for Ruby or Sapphire. But if you guys find Ruby or Sapphire, let me know if you find it for a good price, and I will try to get it. Also, there was a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. If you guys remember, it was Red and Blue Rescue Team. I actually stream the remake of it currently. I've been streaming it, the remake for the Switch. It's a remake of Red and Blue. So I do play that from time to time on my Pokemon Sunday brunches. And Pokemon Sunday brunch is always at 10 a.m. Pacific time and usually runs between 12 and 1 Pacific time. So yeah, I have been doing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Another throwback that you guys might remember is a Game Boy Advance video where it had like an episode on a Game Boy Advance cartridge. So I have this one from Pokemon. It has Pokemon I Choose You and Here Comes a Squirtle Squad, which were two really good episodes. And of course, I think one of the best games, one of the best remakes they ever did was Fire Red and Leaf Green for Game Boy Advance. So I have Fire Red. And I loved this remake. It was just a full color remake of Pokemon Red and Blue, which I thought was so cool. I love that they did that. This is a game that I still play sometimes. I actually play it on my Game Boy Micro. I don't know how many of you ever owned a Game Boy Micro, but this is actually one of my favorite handhelds. It's so tiny and compact, and the screen is actually really good and clear. But yeah, I used to play it on my Game Boy Micro all the time. All right, guys. So, speaking of N64, I think my favorite N64 game from Pokemon was Pokemon Stadium. When that came out, I was amazed. Just because you go from the quality of like red and blue, and then they come out with this like full color, fully animated Pokemon Stadium. So yeah, I do have Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Stadium 2. And these were just great games. I still like playing these games. I still play them. If I have enough time at the end of the stream, I might not, but if I do have time, I'll go into Pokemon Stadium. I will be playing this today if I end up having time. But yeah, the N64, the Pokemon Stadium was so good. I absolutely loved it. And I know you were talking about Pokemon Puzzle League. This is a terrible game, but I still have it. But I mean, let's be honest, guys. I love Pokemon. I love everything Pokemon, but this was not the best game. I think my favorite Pokemon puzzle game is probably Pokemon Troze for the DS. Pokemon Troze is actually a really fun and addictive game. I actually really love that game. I don't know how many of you guys played it, but Pokemon Troze was great. Pokemon Puzzle League, not so much. But I have it for collection purposes. Wow. Also, another favorite of mine that I have streamed, that you guys have seen me stream, that was a lot of fun, was Pokemon Snap. Pokemon Snap was a great game. Oh, and we were talking about Pokemon Stadium, and I forgot to show you guys. I actually have the instruction booklet, too, for Pokemon Stadium. So it's the original booklet for it. And yeah, it just gives you little tips and tricks and all kinds of stuff like that, and like it's a little guide game. And lastly, something I do have in the box is Hey You Pikachu. This game is absolutely adorable. It's adorable. It has its hiccups, but it's such a fun game to play. And when you're a kid and you could talk into a microphone and Pikachu listens to you, that's amazing. I mean, this was just the coolest thing. So I'm gonna show you guys a full view of the box. Hey You Pikachu. And it does come with the instruction booklet as well. So it just gives you a little guide to the commands and everything. And of course, we have the actual game cartridge. And it came with this crazy microphone. You talk into the little mic. You hook this up with your N64, and you talk into the little microphone so that Pikachu will like listen to you. And I just think that was a really cool innovative thing that Nintendo did. Especially when you're a kid and something like that comes out, you were just absolutely amazed by it. So yeah, that was actually a really cool game, I think, that came out. And I think it would be really awesome if they made an updated game for the Switch that you could talk into as well. I mean, maybe even upgrade the next Pokemon game where you could give commands verbally to your Pokemon instead of using buttons to choose their moves. I think that would be really, really, really awesome. And also, guys, speaking of Pokemon and Pokemon systems, I do have the Pokemon Game Boy Color, for those of you that remember, the Pokemon Edition. And something really cool about this, I'm going to put a game in it and turn this on. I love that the little light is the Pokeball, which is really, really cool. This was a really, really cool thing they did. Oh. Yeah, very cool. Some nostalgic music for you guys. I don't know how well you can hear that. Yeah, really, really cool collectible to have. One thing I've been trying to collect that I haven't been able to find is the Pikachu SP. I don't know if you guys remember the Game Boy Advance SP Pikachu edition, but that's something I've definitely been looking for. So that's actually going to conclude my personal collection. So I'm actually going to be moving on to the discussion with those of you on Twitch. So for those of you watching on YouTube, thank you so much for watching. I would really appreciate it if you would hit that like and subscribe button. The subscribe button will alert you when I do more videos like this, when I do unboxing of Pokemon, Magic the Gathering, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards, as well as Twitch highlights and things like that. So once again, thank you so, so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this video and reminiscing with me about some vintage Pokemon stuff.